It's
All right,
part of
welcome to Spirited
baking.
Reviews. My name's Randy.
I'm Justin.
I'm Norm.
And I'm Zach.
Our goal here is to give you honest reviews, bold takes, and we're probably going to give you some questionable wisdom. Justin, what are we doing?
We got a bottle review today. So you can link in our description down below. We'll link our rating sheet. You can follow along through the distillery series we've had and other things. Find out whose palate you align with, kind of follow along and see if this bottle's worth picking up.
Yep. Yeah, as Justin saying, we got a bottle review. The bottle's coming from Maker's Mark tonight. What's really interesting about Maker's Mark, I just got a couple of Norm's notes just about the distillery. You know, they spell whiskey without the E, right? They just do the KY, which is I always wondered that because just getting back from Scotland, everything's whiskey over there, no E, right? They do it because of it's a nod to the Samuels family, that their Scottish heritage. So when they started Maker's Mark, they said, hey, we're going to do whiskey without the E. It's a pretty cool fact. Also, we all know Maker's Mark. Even my kids know Maker's Mark. Like they say, hey, that's the one with the red wax, right? They hand dip every bottle. If you ever been there to the distillery in Laredo, Texas, oh my goodness, Laredo, Kentucky, that's questionable. They're in Kentucky. If you've ever been there, you can actually dip your own too, which is cool. So not all the bottles are the same. And then, you know, every, I don't know, 100, 200 or so, they'll do a slam dunk where they'll really get the wax in there. So that's pretty cool to see that. And it's a fun experience. But also one interesting fact that I found is the rotation of their barrels. They're one of the few distilleries that still do rotating their barrels during the aging process. By hand, yeah. Which is, if you've ever been in a rick house or seen barrels and what they weigh, that's no easy job. But hey, they're doing it, and they do that for consistency, obviously, for what they're putting out. You know, but there's my notes, Zach.
So we're drinking the 2025 release Star Hill Farms. They've separated this from the Maker's Mark, I guess, iconography. But this is from their farm that's on the distillery. So this is a very significant and innovative departure because Maker's Mark made everything with one mash bill. Well, this one's different. We're going to be dealing with a blend of two wheat whiskeys. One's a 7-year, one's an 8-year. I don't know which is which. I wasn't able to find that detail. 114.7 proof. One of the wheat whiskeys is 70% of their soft red winter wheat with 30% malted barley, and the other whiskey is 100% malted soft red winter wheat. MSRP here is going to be $100. And I want to mention one thing here that's special about this whiskey. This is the very first spirit to carry the Estate Whiskey certification from the Estate Whiskey Alliance Group, which was established by the University of Kentucky, which signifies that a minimum of 2/3 of this grain was grown on estate-owned or controlled land, and all production processes occur on the distillery estate. So, you know, I think this was a Maker's Mark telling Heaven Hill to hold my beer on that grain glass. We could do you one better.
Interesting.
No red wax. No red wax on this one either.
There's something interesting because we just did the tour last year. And by the way, if you want to go to beautiful grounds for a distillery tour, Maker's is one of the most beautiful. They have a beautiful area where you can sit outside. You can
the garden,
do tasting in the garden. You can walk the complex. They really, whether you do a tour or not, you can just walk around and check everything out. Very welcoming there. They always stress how they're all about becoming self-reliant. They grow a lot of their grains. They do everything on their land. And I wondered when this came out if, because they were just like, yeah, that's what we do. And then Grain to Glass came out and they're like, wait a minute, so I wonder how much of this was because of that statement of like, we already did that. Like it was nothing special. Now we're going to make it even more special by leveling it up with that certification. But sorry, that was just, I love that place. So, and by the way, when you have a 21-year-old that is allowed to dunk his own bottle, slam dunks happen. He's just sat there, big, huge grin. I have it on camera. He's like, and the guy's like, he's like,
so did he cover up like the label and everything?
Oh yeah, dude. It's like, it didn't, he couldn't spin it fast enough. It's just this blob of wax. It's hysterical. hey, do us a favor, like, comment, subscribe. If you like what we're doing here, help us out. Tell us what we're doing right, wrong, whatever you want. Just comment away. And then also down below, we'll have a link to our Discord. It's free for everybody, and it's where we talk about stuff like this and have these wonderful pondering thoughts of wisdom, or not at all wisdom, and just stupid. But whatever, come join us. So, Zach, are you getting the note you wanted to get?
With chocolate?
Yeah.
Yeah, but some more things on top of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can go take it away if you guys are ready.
Yeah, you go ahead.
For it.
Yeah.
You've been dying to get into this.
This is some heavy inchworm going on for me on this pour. This is the highest proof pour we've had tonight. 117.4, as I said. But chocolate, and I'm getting like a powdered donut.
Yes.
That has a raspberry filling inside of it.
I got to pick up off that. After that, I was excited for this for two reasons. Maker's Mark breaking away from their traditional, outside all their stay finishing stuff, right? But the traditional mash bill, and I'm excited to see Justin's face when he sips it. But we'll get to that. But I agree with you. It's that I was going to say powdered sugar sweetness that I got right from the rip as it's sitting in the glass for a minute. You said raspberry. It's more like an apple pear filling on that donut for me, but it smells very, very pleasant. Inchworm it's true. It's right up there. 117. That's not the highest proof ever, but it's up there. So
I love your note, Zach, because for me, I'm actually getting something different. I'm getting cocoa with marshmallows. Like a sweet cocoa, hot cocoa with marshmallows. I totally get a cinnamon apple note as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you guys put those in my head. That's all I'm getting, are both of those.
Welcome to the show, buddy.
I'm like, oh, I can feel the cocoa. Yeah. And then you said cinnamon apple, and I'm like, oh, I get that too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of fun.
You know what?
It's a very fun one to use.
From my perspective, it smells good, and I don't smell a lot of wheat funk, which is crazy being a wheat whiskey.
I don't
agree.
smell wheat funk. I literally don't smell any.
Yeah, I don't smell any wheat funk either. So,
man, let's get into this, boys.
Yeah, let's just get into it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Everybody pause, wait for Justin sip. No, just kidding. I should have done that. I'm trying to get my swallow down with something. Oh, that's different. It was sweeter on the nose, and the chocolate went from like that sweet, like you were saying, like that cat and the donut, the powdered. I was saying the hot chocolate, the marshmallow. It went into more of a malty chocolate to me.
Yes.
Yeah, changed. I mean, not in a bad way. Just it went a different direction than I expected this to go.
It's got a good bit of spice for having no corn, no rye. It's got a good bit of spice.
Yeah, I agree. It's not only spice; it's got an herbal note to it. Period. Like it's got almost like a rye kind of note. I'm getting a little honey on the back palate.
I think Justin's got thoughts.
It's like peppery and then honey. That's kind of all I'm really getting. The palate's good. The honey on the back, peppery. I'm not really getting any other flavors than that. It's not bad. I'm just different.
Norm, what was the other fruit you said? You said apple.
It was like an apple pear.
Pear, yeah.
I'm getting pear now.
Pears on the palate.
Pears in a
Justin.
What was
I can't zoom out on mine.
Computer.
Oh man,
it works.
I'm getting like a Honey Nut Cheerios situation going on.
Okay, actually. yeah. I see that.
That's what I can. That's about all I can get.
You know what this isn't? This is not a Maker's Mark product. It is, but this is not. Like, I wouldn't peg this for Makers at all. This is wildly different. This is if you want to experience something different than the typical Makers, I don't care what stave profile you're doing, this is way different.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm still getting that that powdered donut, but it is like underneath the rye spice, or well, I'm gonna call it rye spice, black pepper spice. And I still get like those like kind of sour fruit notes. Whether it's I'm still kind of leaning raspberry, but I do pick up the cinnamon apple, or the like kind of maybe like a cooked pear with some spices in it. I think you could kind of lean into that, like sort of like an English style pastry dessert with like the pears being roasted inside of some sort of like phyllo or something like that. If I was going to get real heady about the notes, but I do think I actually tend to agree that it is kind of a bit simpler than the nose would have you think on the palate. I'm kind of having to dig for the notes that I just gave you.
So I'm going to go American style of his notes. Front, I'm getting a little bit of spice. But I'm getting the Bartlett pears in the can. Like you crack a can, that syrupy pear, that sweetness is there. It's no longer honey as much for me as it is that sweetness, that sugary, syrupy sweetness. And then it goes, instead of going to the powdered donut, I'm getting like a honey dip donut, like a fluffy honey dip donut.
Good
on the
gracious,
palate.
Randy, you're killing me.
I
want dessert.
Now
brother.
we're hungry.
Yeah.
It does have like a honey
and
bite to it.
yeah, it has but it's like a doughy honey bite to me.
Yeah.
There's something more there, not like that.
That wheat.
Norm, you nailed it though. I mean, like, this is so different than any Maker's product I've ever had.
Yeah, there's
And coming off the
none of
heels of
that
having
sour
some-
milk, cardboard box, or whatever.
Yeah, all the weird stave ones. But even, I mean,
Right.
coming off the heels of, we just did the new releases, the heart of the release, and those were very good. This is still completely different.
I'm into that.
I want donuts.
Yeah, donut.
Damn it. This is like that one video where Norm went and got ice cream afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, hey, babe,
It's true. It happened.
Man, I don't know. This might be my least favorite thing we've had tonight.
Well, it's missing oak. I can see where you're like,
sure.
Yeah, it's missing. It's missing some of that.
What was the age on this?
7 and 8
7
year.
and 8.
7 and 8. Okay, that's older than it tastes to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. You want to get into ratings? I don't know.
Yeah, I
think
definitely
we're ready
wanna
for
get
that
ready,
at this
'cause
point.
I have a lot of thoughts here.
You want to start then?
Yeah, I will definitely start. So, for me, it's a weird thing because the nose had me just longing to try it, and as much as the palate is dessert and fun and everything, it's very simple. It's not complex. It's not 7 to 8 year. What was the SRP on this thing?
$100.
$100.
Not $100. It makes it that price point / what the experience I get on the palate. Nose is wonderful. Nose doesn't equal whiskey to me. It just adds to the experience. For me, it was enjoyable, but I see where they could go with it. So for that reason, it is exactly what it is. It has potential. It's a 5.7 for me.
I mean, yeah, has potential is where I'm at too. Honestly, it didn't have a lot of weed funk on it. I'm guessing because I didn't hate it. It's at $100. Like, I'd rather have the grain of glass weeded from Heaven Hill. You know, it's totally different though. That's Here's the problem: is this is a wheat whiskey. That is not. That's a wheated bourbon. They're not the same technically. Both grain of glass, both healthy. So for me, I think I was like almost at 7 on that. I'm at a 5.5 on this. I can't go higher than that. It's not something I don't hate it. I don't love it. If I would drink it if somebody put it in front of me like you guys did, but other than that, I'm good.
Norm?
So I got a soft spot for this one. That when you were talking about the pears in the can, I was thinking about those pears in a can, sprinkling some cinnamon in there, heat it up with a little that dough. I'm in. I'm in on this. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not a dessert whiskey. It's sweet, but it's not a dessert whiskey. I think it brings a little more. Is it simple? Is it simple? Yeah. Yeah, it's a different experience than any other Maker's Mark. And just for that, I think people need to experience it, especially if you do like Makers and you want to try something new in what they're doing. I cannot think about the grain in the glass. It's a whole different animal. Man, I'm gonna have to give this a 6.2.
All right. There are elements here that I enjoy, but I think I'm having to like make excuses to like find them. So I'm actually gonna be the lowest of the group. I want to give this a 4.9. I would not be happy with this as a purchase. Now this could just be tonight and what we've had.
Yeah,
it's just not hitting me right. I know Dan and Sean from the Bourbon Junkies have placed this in their Whiskey of the Year conversation at this point within the year, and I just absolutely cannot see that at all. I think it's kind of like, man, I hate to say it. I mean, it is the proofiest thing we've had tonight, but it's just hot to me. And I don't know, maybe I'm turning into Justin slightly and just starting to dislike some wheat stuff. I don't know what wheat does to my palate that makes me think black pepper. But I'm kind of having to like dig underneath that for the dessert notes, and I wish they were on top of that, and I wish the spice was in the background, because that's how I like to have my whiskeys. So yeah, I'm not really jiving with it tonight. So I'm gonna say it's a questionable choice to buy this.
So Norm, I have a question for you, because I was teetering between going into the 6s. Would you say this is something you would buy a bottle of, or is this something you would split with someone just to try it?
I would split, but I want the glass. That bottle's pretty.
The glass is very pretty.
Yeah, I do.
I mean,
the bottle is cool.
I would definitely split it.
Yeah, that's what I was curious, because that's why I was stuck on, and Justin, you said it, the grain of glass popped in my head, same price point. How was the experience compared to? But yeah,
I'd rather have any of the other makers we reviewed than this.
But this Makers does not have wax on it. It's different in every way.
Yeah, it doesn't even. I mean, if it doesn't have wax, is it really Makers?
The cork is pretty cool, though. On the name. The bottle and the cork is pretty awesome.
Star Hill Farm.
You know what? I was kind of surprised how dark it is, to be honest.
Yeah.
Zach, I don't know about your score. I don't know if this is a swing and a miss for Makers. I get it. I get what we had, but no one drinks 5 whiskeys and then says, you know what, I'm going to review a whiskey. Right? I don't know. Yeah, I would like to try this again in a vacuum, which we have plenty. So we can do that.
Yeah, I'm just going off of like what I'm getting tonight, and I'd rather have Heart, I'd rather have Lost Recipe, I'd rather have Keepers, I'd rather have 46 cast strength. This is
yeah, but those are all wheated bourbons. This is whiskey. This is
I mean, I'd rather have
different animal too.
I don't know. Have we reviewed any other wheat whiskeys? I thought there's one.
We've never done that. Where Justin, you shit on every wheat whiskey we ever had, and we didn't talk to you about like, oh well, are you sure this? Are you sure that? This is his score. You guys are like trying to like this is it's an experience, right? So I mean, I'm with you that it's amazing. It pairs, it's everything, but it doesn't matter if it's a wheated bourbon or not. It is the experience.
Hey, what do I know? I'm not a bourbon guy. Well, it's not bourbon. So this is right up my alley.
Right, it's not.
I like what I was giving, like, but I just had to dig for it. Like I felt like I had to try too hard to get to that point, to get the dessert, to get the donuts, to get the pastry, and I was kind of having to like dive to try to dig that out. And it's like at the end of the day, it's just hot. And
I didn't have to dig as much as you're saying, but we also have to keep in mind we had Evan Williams 23 tonight, super oak bomb.
Yep.
And then we did Calumet 10, 15, and 16. Oak, and more oak. So I mean, that is a offsetting. So I agree with you, Norm, that it would be kind of interesting to revisit this in a vacuum and see if the flavors stand out
We
more
have
without
more.
the lack of.
Yeah, we have more.
I mean, it might be a fun comparison to compare the grain glass versus this and see where it lays. A little head to head. Poor
Yeah. Same price
choices.
point.
We've reviewed a wheat whiskey, right?
Heaven Hill 19.
Heaven Hill 19.
Heaven Hill 19, yeah.
I think I
Well,
crapped
and
on
you
that
loved
one,
it.
though.
You had a poop
You
list.
loved
pretty-
it, Zach.
That's 3 times the price, but yeah, that was way better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fine. Everybody,
that was a
you know,
5.5.
You've never
on
seen
and-
Heaven
hold on.
me and
Hill.
Zach
I
are
need to
flip-flops.
specify something. I've never seen Justin fight for a better score on a wheat whiskey before.
Hey,
I think
that
this
says
is
something.
like, I'm kind of with Norm on it, to where it's like I'm kind of happy makers went outside the box and did something that actually tastes good, other than staving stuff.
Right.
think it was
I'm
great.
looking forward to their
And it's
their
it's
ride
$100
next year.
And there's a
it's
reason why they
$100,
haven't done this
so it's
before.
like-
I'm just kidding.
It's
No,
$100,
no,
so
I
I
think-
think it's like, it's not really. I don't know. It's not like
I-
crazy.
Something we didn't discuss though
It's
is, I
not.
mean, what do you think the price point should be that would get it? Like I have a thing in my head where I'm saying if I'm at my, what was I, 5'7",
Yeah.
it got dinged because of $100 at 8 years.
I didn't even.
I
I didn't even consider
did.
the price. I don't like it.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, for me, if it was like an $80 bottle, like some of their other ones are, it would be in the sixes for me.
But this one is grain to glass.
I think this should have been
so-
priced at $69.99, like their other stuff.
Yeah.
But
I
liked it.
you know, I know
I think
that process that they went through is probably more expensive than the thing they've done for ages, right? Since they've been a brand.
Yeah.
Since the
Yeah, the
60s.
same thing they've always done. They just put
Yeah.
a label on it.
So totally understand charging $100 for it. It's just that what I'm getting tonight in this environment after these pours, I don't like it. I'm not. The
But
price didn't really factor into it. I just
Yeah.
basically said there are some notes I appreciate about it, but I have to dig for those. So that's why I went where I went. And at no price would I be buying this. That's
Listen,
why I
Zach,
gave it
it's totally fine
at
to
a
hate
score.
wheat. I'm with you.
yeah.
there.
But at that score, Zach, I don't think we could send this to you blind in a vacuum and say, rate this whiskey. I think you would be the same. Like
Yeah.
when you score that low, because I know for me, I'm like, whoa, I don't like that. I'm with you. I get it.
It's possible. I mean, like I said, if we had like higher proof stuff and then went down to this, maybe it wouldn't hit me like it is. But
It's funny you said, the one thing you said was that you saw why they charge a higher price point. That was my argument, is that when you go to their tour, they talk about how they already were doing this. So why is this?
well, it's a new
$100?
mash bill for them, and they had to, they had to think in 20.
Yeah, they already
What
did.
what are we doing with like 2017? They had to basically be like, "Hey, we're gonna make a wheat whiskey."
It takes a lot for that cork instead of wax. Okay,
Yeah.
that cork is way more expensive than just
Yeah.
a cheap cork with wax.
So
I mean, it's like a granite kind of stone.
I know it's kind of cool.
Oh, it's stoned.
yeah.
and yeah,
6.3. I just went up. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, look at
Well,
look how
listen,
much of the
if Zach,
cork is in there too. I mean,
Zach, if you need
the cork is
to-
in there too. So
if you need to, Zach, just add a little maple syrup there.
yeah, that would help. That would help.
all right, hey, let's wrap it.
Yeah.
Top
Okay,
tip.
guys.
I'm
How
gonna
about that?
I'm gonna call up Tyler and tell him to finish it for me.
Right,
With that, guys, stay spirited. We'll see you on the next
stay
one.
spirited, everyone. Take care.